What's up? Black men have to separate themselves from self destructive black culture immediately. Now, if there's any man out there who's trying to self improve, who's trying to, focus on becoming more fit, becoming, healthier, better eating habits, learning about black history and developing a grounded, black identity, being confident in that, learning about sexual energy and developing, affirming relationships, plutonic or romantic, and learning about finances and becoming more financially literate. If there's any black man out there who's interested in trying to increase themselves in those things, you can find the link um in the description of this video, in the comments of this video. And if you click on my channel in the bio section, you'll see a link for that. I have a deep dive guide for all of those things and increasing yourself in all of those things. So if you're interested in that, check that out. Now, when we focus on what we can do to, what is the solution to making the black community better and more prosperous, the first thing we have to do is, the men out there who are like-minded and who want to improve and want to see the black community have a culture of prosperity, we immediately have to separate ourselves and make a distinction in between those guys, those black men over there who want to have a self-destructive culture of promiscuity, being a degenerate, being a criminal, you know, having dysfunctional relationships and glorifying all of those things. And then the black men, the black community, where we're prioritizing around discipline, working out, having productive, prosperous relationships, making more money, having ownership, all of those things. We have to distinct ourselves. And once we do that, then we can properly, have a strategy as to how we can push out the self-destructive culture. Because the problem nowadays, the people who want to see the black people win, the black men who want to see the black people win and have a prosperous culture, we get drowned out by the self-destructive culture. Because guess what? The self-destructive culture is glorified throughout the media. It's glorified to put, black people in a, put black people in a light where we're very self-destructive. We don't like anything. We don't like anything about ourselves. We're, smoking and drinking and, it's promiscuity. We're killing our own people, gangs, criminality, all of those things, right? That's what's glorified. And, you know, the things that are positive in the black community, that are the people, the black men who are positive in the black community, we don't have as much influence. We don't have as much, we're not being glorified for being good people. We're not being glorified for having a good way of life that we're living. And so that's the problem. We have to start coming together. Those like-minded men have to come together, stay together, and we have to build our own culture. And once we do that, then we can properly start executing plans to push out that self-destructive culture. And we have to eliminate, destroy, and dominate the our enemy, within our own culture. And that can be the self-destructive black people who want to promote the self-destructive culture. We have to get those people out of there. We have to do it by any means necessary, because I think that the problem is we're not ruthless enough. The problem is we're not trying to stand up to really change anything. We just want to be the person sitting in the corner. We just don't want to be embarrassed. We don't want to look any type of way. But if you want to see stuff change, it's not about you being some super knowledgeable guru who know everything. But if you want to see a change and you want to be a part of that, and you're striving to be a better man, a man who's confident in himself, a black man who's confident in himself, and he's trying to self-improve and really see the black community prosper, we have to go against evil. We have to go against evil. We have to destroy the evil so the evil can no longer hurt anybody. So that's the thing we have to focus on. It's not about just it's only about, improving black people, improving our culture. Because once we can improve our culture, that's when we start to see black men and women have strong families. That's when we see black men and women have money in the household. That's when we see a happy black woman. That's when you see a happy black man. But more importantly, that's when that man is strongest. That's when that man is most powerful. Because guess what? When the family together, That's gonna reinforce more families being together. That's gonna reinforce more money. That's gonna reinforce, a higher quality of life. And guess what? We're not only just gonna have a high quality of life. We're gonna like ourselves. We're not gonna try to whitewash ourselves. We're gonna be more black. We're gonna be more, African American. We're gonna be more of that, right? And it's gonna be outside of all of these things of theology and we're the real this and we was really that and they stole this. No, we starting right here, right now, and we're the best version of ourselves now because we have a culture that's going to reinforce us going up, prospering, getting better, being stronger, being faster, having better relationships. That's the thing we're going to do. And the first things first, we have to separate ourselves. Separate yourselves from the black men and black women who, they want to be in that self-destructive culture. If you look on my community post, I had made like an AI image of it's the black men and black women who want to have a prosperous culture and they want to build their community. And on the other side, it's a sign that's saying where the hoes at, and all the dudes got hoods and chains on, and their CD is messed up. You get what I'm saying? So it's really about separating ourselves. If we're intermingled, none of us can really rise. None of us can really be successful, and that's the problem. That's the solution is to separate ourselves. And when we separate ourselves and we make a distinction in between the prosperous culture of the black community and the self-destructive culture, because right now it's really just a self-destructive culture or a religious culture, right? Which neither one of those things are, when you even look at history, are beneficial for black people. We need to have a culture where we love ourselves and we're grounded in black identity, and it needs to be surrounded around self-improvement, discipline, and developing proper relationships so that the black community stays together, stays strong, and we have a high birth rate, and we see everybody coming together, everybody having kids, and everybody having quality of life. That's what we need. And it's gonna be a revolution within a revolution. There's gonna be a worldwide revolution with black men, the black community, going against the enemies of another race. And then it's gonna be a cultural inside revolution within the black community between the two cultures of prosperity and the culture of self-destruction. So, we got a lot to do, and it starts with coming together and getting focused, getting our minds right, and start building, defending, and destroying the things that are destroying us. And that may be your fellow black men who may be destroying you. That's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.